And it started from scratch. We didn't have anything, no pages, anything, just an idea. She came and said, hey, I want to do a story I'm interested in exploring a story about the Jena 6. And I learned just the collaborative effort with these group of artists and their patience and them being heroic enough to just share themselves with me and trust me as I experimented and played with this genre, hip hop theater, which I like to call social justice theater, avant-garde of the now. Mm-hmm. So we were really exploring and coming up with something that I had never seen before. I used to say, I ain't never seen I'm sorry, I'm gonna curse. So I ain't never seen no shit like this. You know what I mean? I would say that all the time.
Hi, this is Yvonne Penn with Black and Making It, Black Artists Making It Happen. I'm here for my first visit at the National Black Theater on the set of Blood at the Roots. Currently waiting for the director and cast to come out, and we're going to talk to them and let you hear a little bit more about the show. So sit tight, just a minute. Thanks.
Okay, wait.
Awesome. So why don't we just start by everyone introducing themselves, and why don't we start with the director, and if you'll say your name and the role that you are playing in the show.
All right, my name is Steve Broadnex, Steve H. Broadnex III, and I'm the director of Blood at the Root.
Awesome. And yes?
I'm Tyler Riley. I play Colin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Kenzie Ross. I play Asha.
My name is Christian Thompson. I play DeAndre.
I'm Allison J. I play Toria.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm Story Ayers. I play Raylyn.
And I'm Brandon Carter, and I play Justin.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so if we could have one person who would like to just kind of summarize what the show is about, just very briefly.
It's based on true events. It takes its inspiration from the story of the Jena 6, a group of 6 black high school students young black men, who were involved in a fight with a white guy, another white male student, and the fallout from their having been charged with attempted murder. This was after a racially motivated incident happened at their school as well, very similar to what happened here. So the play takes its inspiration from that, doesn't follow it exactly, but that's sort of what kicks it off.
Great. And in terms of, I'd like to ask you about your journey through this play. How have you changed from beginning to end of this process? Why don't we start on the end over here?
How have I changed as an artist?
Which, as an artist, as a person, how have you grown from the beginning to the end of this process, working on this piece?
Well, I'm still in process, so I'm excited to see what's still gonna happen. But one of the things I usually talk about with audiences, and when we have our talkbacks following the show, is how my character Raylyn challenges me to take action, to be active in my community, to stand up and to speak out and use my voice and come from a place of truth. And that's not something I was quite comfortable doing before I started doing this show, but the character living her life and her journey really challenges me, and I've definitely come out of that shell and do that more often than I did before.
Great.
Yeah, I would say very similarly that Toria. I would say I've always been outspoken. I've always been almost tragically outspoken, but that I think maybe now I'm more focused about what I have to say. That I try to be more clear about the fire I have, and Toria has taught me that, and similar to what you were saying, that you've got to keep fighting, even if you're the only one out there. We never are the only one out there, but even when you feel like you're going to be the only one out there, you still got to go out there.
Yes.
For me, I think my biggest growth with this project has been in identity and being strong in knowing who I am, what I stand for, what my art can be and what it can stand for and what it can do. I think this play has given myself an opportunity to actually reach people and make a difference through the art that I love. And that's something to be proud of and something to be strong and steadfast in. And so, yeah, that's it.
I guess starting the process, I was a little numb to issues that were going around me, and we use the word in the show called a name, apathetic name called apathetic, whatever. We use the word, and I think from that to the middle process of that, I was more observant, I saw things going on, didn't want to say anything. It was a choice to not say something, and now I feel like Justin has empowered me to say, like, hey, it's not okay anymore. It's not okay to say say certain things or to be apathetic. It's you need to take action. So I think that's my journey through that.
I think this process, this amazing group, and the writer Dominique has taught me so much in this process. I think coming to the process, I had a mindset of, if I get along with and have fun with and I'm good friends with and make art with and feel comfortable in a lot of diverse settings, that we have quality. And through this process, I'm learning there's so much that goes beyond that. And it is my privilege that allows me to feel comfortable in multiple settings and diverse settings. And that then when I go to the grocery store or home at night or whatever it is, there's so many other stories that I never had to think about. And now I do, and I want to. So.
Oh, as director, I'm just grateful with the cast. They've been very patient with me and embarking, and I want to give shout out to our choreographer. Her name is Kikora Franklin, someone who helped with the movement of this piece. And it started from scratch. We didn't have anything, no pages, anything, just an idea. She came and said, hey, I want to do a story about, I'm interested in exploring a story about the Jena 6. And I learned just the collaborative effort with these group of artists and their patience and them being heroic enough to just share themselves with me and trust me as I experimented and played with this genre, hip hop theater, which I like to call social justice theater, avant-garde of the now. So we were really exploring and coming up with something that I had never seen before. I used to say, I ain't never seen, no, I'm sorry, I'm gonna curse. So I ain't never seen no shit like this. You know what I mean? I would say that all the time. And it was real, we were exploring. I didn't know, and they followed. I was able to explore, and they were gracious enough to allow me to explore and learn at the same time. And I guess to piggyback with Christian, I just learned a lot of times as director, I'm keen on craft and what I do and clear story. But in this play, I began to blossom as an artist and know why I do, not just what, but why.
Yes.
The biggest change that I have felt in myself through the process is in, I think like Kenzie, in awareness of my own place in society as a white man. And I think back to who I was 4 years ago when we started this project, or 4 years before that, and I think those are the people, the person I was at each of those stages. That's the person I'd like to come see this play. I wish that I had had the opportunity at 16 to experience something like this.
Yes, yes. And why, just if one person could share, why should everyone see this show?
Go ahead, Christian.
Oh, Lord.
Why?
Well, like Steve said, it's like nothing you've seen before. But more importantly, it's everyone's story, I believe, is told in some way. And you can always relate to someone on stage. I think it's a story that needs to be spoken about and a lot of times isn't. We have a conversation in this theater, in this space, that is important, powerful, present in our society right now, and exciting to be a part of.
Yeah, oh, all right, thank you. And how are our lovely viewers going to get their tickets to come and see your lovely faces?
NationalBlackTheater.org. If you look there, you see Blood at the Root, and you click on a little link, and it should direct you to the tickets. Come check us out. Much love.
You can also go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Blood at the Root. There's a whole bunch of events there, and actually you can find out our entire history. We've been all over the world with this play, so you can see videos, pictures, posts, reviews from, again, like I say, all over the world. So our Facebook page, Blood at the Root, you can also find links to get tickets there as well.
Great, great, great. And any last thoughts, any last words before we conclude?
Best show in New York.
Awesome.
Thank you for listening.
Awesome.
Come
Great.
see us.
See you soon.
Yes, yes.